and welcome back to the Lazy Girls Kitchen. Today I am going to be bringing you one of my family's and friends' most requested recipes, which is chocolate chip cookies. Now, this chocolate chip cookie recipe, all the ingredients that you would typically use in a chocolate chip recipe, they're here. It's just the the variations of it are a little bit different, which is what makes this cookie so great. Now, before I run you through the list of ingredients, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 375 and then just line some baking sheets with some parchment paper. I use aluminum foil because I just like it better, but you guys can do whatever. So I just want to talk to you really quickly. I think there are 3 mistakes people make when they're making cookies. And that is why their cookies come out either really flat, really hard, or just, I don't know, I guess not as delicious as you typically would get. So here's the first mistake. People use standing mixers, or they use like handheld mixers. This makes your dough really, really tough. So what I suggest is what I do. I use just a whisk and my hand, just some elbow grease. Number 2, they bake the cookies on a really high temperature. You want the cookies to cook really slowly and deliciously. I mean, think about it, the cookie's about this big. So you really don't need that temperature to be really high. You'd rather have it lower and bake a little bit rather than have it higher and just be really dry and dense. Number 3, people overbake their cookies. Whenever I read it like on the package, if I read like baked 9 to 11 minutes, I'll take it out at the 9-minute mark but this also varies with your oven. So I guess I shouldn't say that, but I really do think people overbake their cookies. So those are just my 3 pointers. I hope you found them useful to make this cookie the best cookie you've ever had. So without further ado and ending my rant here, let me take you over the list of ingredients. Alrighty, so for this cookie recipe, this is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some butter softened at room temperature, some semi-sweet chocolate chips. In this bowl, what I have is some flour, some salt, and some baking powder. You're gonna need some brown sugar, eggs, vanilla, regular sugar, and in this little bowl is the magic ingredient, applesauce. I know what you're thinking, but trust me, this is going to make your cookie the best cookie you have ever had. So let's get started putting our ingredients together. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to mix our dry ingredients together. Just a rough toss. Now we're going to get started on the wet stuff. So into my bowl, I'm going to add in my sugar, my egg, oh, not my eggs, sorry, my brown sugar, I hope you guys can see this okay, and then my butter. Now I'm going to give this a rough mix. Kind of combine it nicely. There we go. Okay, so my mixture is really nicely combined, as you can see. So now I'm going to add in the vanilla. And then I'm going to add in my applesauce. I'm sorry, I had to switch, you guys. I was trying out like a new filming way and I hated it. So I just switched it back. Alright, so I'm going to give these a nice mix. Just enough to get everything nice and incorporated. And this is the time to overmix, because once you add the flour, we do not overmix. Alright, we're going to add in our eggs. I'm going to do it one at a time. And the egg is really going to bind your mixture together. Look at that. It just becomes like so nice and smooth. Ooh. And number 2. And I actually like to use room temperature eggs for this too. I feel like it works a little bit better, but if you don't take them out in time, don't worry about it. Just use what you got. The butter though, it has to be room temperature. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to mix it. The dough is going to be really difficult to mix together. Alrighty, so look at how beautiful that is. Look at that. So now we're going to start adding in our dry ingredients, and I do this in stages. So I do a little bit at a time, mainly because the flour tends to get kind of hard. So, especially with a handheld whisk, it gets a little bit difficult. So I'm going to keep doing this in stages, and then I'll show you what the batter looks like when it's all set. Okay, so my dough is nice and combined, as you can see. Oh, I just threw a little bit of applesauce on the wall. So it's nice and combined. So now I'm going to add in my chocolate chips. Now I'm going to fold them in with this because using a whisk, it gets stuck in there. So look at that. And this will give me a chance just to make sure that the butter and that everything, the flour is nice and combined. Look at that. Gorgeous. Oh, I can't wait to eat these. I'm actually making these for a party tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna have a few tonight as a snack, as a reward. All right, so look at this beautiful goodness, right? So in case you haven't met my best friend, here she is. We are gonna be scooping our dough onto our cookie platter, not platter. What is this? A baking sheet. So let's do that now. What I do is I take a scoop and I just put it in here. Depending on how big you want to make your cookies, you decide. You can use a bigger scoop. I like this scoop because it just works perfect. And what I do is I take my hand, a clean hand, and I just press down a little bit. Now don't worry, it's gonna get stuck to your hand because, well, that's the dough, but it comes right off, see? Doesn't really do any damage to your cookies. So there we are, and I don't put too many on the pan because they tend to expand quite a bit. So I don't want them to stick to each other, but even if they do, no big deal. All right, so I'm going to continue to do more, and I'm going to stick these in the oven. So you're going to put this into your preheated oven for 9 to 11 minutes, or until the bottoms get nice and golden brown. I usually take them out around the 9-minute mark because I don't like to over bake them, and once they sit out for a little bit, they get nice, and I don't know how to explain it, but for 9 to 11 minutes, take them out, and then we will try them together. Alrighty, so I let my cookies cool for about 2 or 3 minutes, but look at this. Ta-dun, ta-dun! Look at that beauty. Alright, time to give these bad boys a try. I'm gonna take that one. They're still really soft, but they'll stay soft. Look at that. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Perfect. I'm telling you guys, the perfect combination every single time. So good. I gotta stop myself because I'm gonna eat the whole tray, but you have to head over to www.thelazygirlskitchen.com to get this written recipe and so many others. Make sure you subscribe and give me a big thumbs up. You have to try these cookies. You just have to. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I'm gonna continue to eat cookies.